What's up, guys? Steve here with some exciting news about the stimulus checks. You guys have been asking for a stimulus check update, and I was going to do one today, and then good news came out, so I'm really excited to share this with you guys today. Now, just to clarify, this is on stimulus checks. This is not on the unemployment benefits. So if you'd like to get caught up on the 32 states that have been approved to get the LWA $300 and $400 boost on top of unemployment benefits, go ahead and check out this video right here that I did earlier today. But on this video, I'm going to be talking about the stimulus checks. And if you guys like to get video updates as they roll out, I'm going to go ahead and keep you guys up to date on unemployment, stimulus checks, stimulus package talks. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell so that way as soon as I upload videos, you can stay notified. And here today, right now, we're going to be talking about what unfolded with stimulus checks today, Wednesday, August the 26th. So I'm going to get you guys all caught up. And if you like that, do me a favor and smash the like button. It'll just take a second. It'll help me out a ton. YouTube success is pretty much based on interactions. So when you hit the like button and leave a comment, it helps me out. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. But let's dive right into what happened today with stimulus checks. So the good news is that finally Mark Meadows and Nancy Pelosi have gotten together and they said that they will be resuming negotiation talks. Finally. So last weekend, Mark Meadows tried to get a hold of Nancy Pelosi, and when he went, they told her that she was in meetings and that she was busy. Afterwards, Nancy Pelosi referred to him as what's his name, and it just looked like we weren't going to have any negotiations starting anytime soon. However, today they said they will be getting back together in early September after all of the Republican and Democrat conferences are done. Then they're going to be resuming negotiation talks, and hopefully we will be seeing stimulus checks rolling out soon. So very exciting, good news to see them coming back together to restart negotiations. Now, without a doubt, the number one question that I get in regards to stimulus checks is when are they going to be coming out? So hopefully they'll be coming out here once they get back to negotiations and they can agree upon something. And Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin said that once Congress finally agrees on a stimulus package that includes stimulus checks, that you should be getting your stimulus checks within 7 days of the president signing that stimulus package into law. So once they agree, he signs it, then you'll get it in 7 days via direct deposit if you have electronic payment set up with the IRS. So if you don't have direct deposit set up, please go to irs.gov and get that set up so that way you can get that right away. Now, take into consideration if you have a bank hold or something like that for a wire, maybe let's say 7 to 14 days, but still, that is way faster than what we saw with the first round of stimulus checks. So we can expect to see those right away, according to Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. So when can we expect them to finally agree on this stimulus package? Well, let's hope that it's very soon. My guess is that it'll happen right before elections, so that way they can all look good as we're entering elections. But right now, we're all looking towards Congress because this requires an act of Congress for us to get these stimulus checks and the stimulus package agreement. Right now, we're looking at Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, Chuck Schumer, and also White House officials Mark Meadows and Steve Mnuchin have jumped in to try to get this rolling. So the hope is that Congress will agree on this because even though we have bipartisan agreement on these checks and the president even says that the American people should get a second round of stimulus checks, the president cannot issue stimulus checks. He cannot issue new funds out. It requires an act of Congress. That's why when he did the executive actions, he couldn't do stimulus checks. Even the unemployment boost, the LWA, that was not him issuing new funds. He actually reallocated funds from FEMA's disaster relief program. We are really looking towards Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, and Chuck Schumer, and all of the members of Congress to come together and get this agreement rolling so we can get a stimulus package rolled out and then we can get stimulus checks. So just to clarify, if you hear Donald Trump or if you hear Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, who actually suggested that we get $2,000 per month stimulus checks until the virus goes away, if you hear them saying they're going to give you stimulus checks, well, they can promote that say that they promote or they want to see stimulus checks, but they do not have the legal authority to issue them. We are looking towards Congress. Now, luckily, the good news is that we do have bipartisan agreement on the stimulus checks. So when the stimulus package does roll out, we have a very good idea of what the stimulus checks will look like. And they should look like $1,200 stimulus checks for individuals that are making $75,000 or less. If you make $99,000 or more a year, you do not qualify for a stimulus check. And if you make between $75,000 and $99,000, you'll probably get a partial stimulus check. Now, couples filing jointly that make $150,000 or less should be receiving a $2,400 stimulus check. If you make $198,000 or more, you don't qualify, you make too much money. And if you make between $150,000 and $198,000 as a couple, then you can expect to receive a partial stimulus check. Now, SSI, SSDI, SS, veterans, and railroads benefits all of you guys can expect to be receiving stimulus checks as well. And however it is that you receive your benefits, you should expect to be receiving the stimulus checks in the same way. And we currently have 3 areas of discrepancy. And the first one is the amount that you should receive for your dependents. So on one end, we have one party saying that you should be getting $500 per dependent, and on the other end, we're saying $1,200 per dependent. So essentially, a family of 4 on one end could get $3,400, and on the other end, they could get $4,800. So we're waiting to see how much you're going to be getting for your dependents. The other issue is spouses of people with ITIN numbers. So in the last round, we saw that people with ITIN numbers, their entire family, didn't get stimulus checks. They want to correct that this round. Well, one end does, and the other end is saying they want to see it the same way it was before. So we're going to see what unfolds with that. And then the last one is garnishing for backed up child support. So in the last round, people got their stimulus checks garnished for backed child support. And it looks like it's going to be the same thing in this round. However, some people want to make sure that everybody gets a stimulus check because we're in the middle of a pandemic and they don't want that to get taken away. So there's currently a bill proposed on the table to make sure that if you owe back child support, that you still can get that stimulus check. So those are the 3 issues we're still waiting to see unfold. But other than that, for the most part, we pretty much have bipartisan agreement on the stimulus checks being $1,200 for individuals, $2,400 for couples filing jointly, and we're still working on the dependents. Also, the IRS announced that there are still millions of Americans that did not receive that first round of stimulus checks, and there was errors and some issues that took place. And currently they have hired 5,000 people to go ahead and try to make sure that they can take care of those issues. And their hopes is to expedite the process as well. Because it was said that if you missed your stimulus checks before, that they were just simply going to add it to you as a credit on your taxes. But they decided that, you know what, they want to make sure that everybody gets those stimulus checks that they're entitled to by law. So they're going to go ahead and hire these people to make sure that everybody gets taken care of. And one example of that is couples where one person died and the other person is still alive. They were going to get a $2,400 stimulus check. However, the IRS saw that one of the people died, so they didn't send the check out. So the surviving spouse, they didn't get anything. So they want to make sure that they still get their stimulus checks. So issues like that, they're going to make sure that those people are going to be getting their checks. And they said hopefully around mid-September is when they're hoping to get out those first round of checks to people that didn't get them. Well, you guys, I'm really excited to share with you this news, and I'm going to make sure to keep you guys updated as information rolls out. So if you want to be a part of that, be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell so that way as soon as news rolls out, I can be sure to share with you and you can stay informed. Also, if you could do me a quick favor again, go ahead and hit the like button. It'll just take a second. I would appreciate it. When you hit the like button and leave comments, it helps me out. YouTube success is pretty much based on interaction, so doing that helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. And also, if you'd like a chance to get 2 free stocks, there's a link in the description below. When you download the Webull app and you fund your account with as little as $100, you can get 2 free stocks, one of which could be valued up to $1,400. Well, you guys, I hope this reaches you well. I hope to give you guys more good news here very shortly. God bless. This is Steve.